What is up, folks? Welcome back to another live stream repair. We've got a few things here to fix up. Not too much, not too little. We've got like 8 or 9 waiting to get fixed, but we're gonna keep it easy here with what is up with my my upload there. I might have to restart the stream. What are we dropping? We're dropping network frames. Looks like it's settled down. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Anyways, here we are. We're gonna start things off with Eric and their bricked pod. Seems to be boot looping here and briefly blinking the volume buttons. After that, we're gonna take a look at Connor. They have no power. And then we've got an anonymous no power. And then Johnny no power as well. Let's give Eric a heads up here. Shoot him a link to watch. Let's see, 388. 388 would be I love when my computer tries to do something smart and it ends up just being like really stupid. Okay, 388. There they are.
If I let her run around.
No.
How you doing? Sweet boy. Alrighty, I'm gonna go hang out with that baby.
Alright, Eric has been messaged. Let's let Connor know since they're up next. Okay, so like I was saying, we've got Eric's here. It seems to be boot looping. It'll do this, it'll flash the volume buttons and then repeat over and over again indefinitely. Let's attempt a software restore with our USB adapter. We need to expose the debug port. And let's see, I am currently still have the adapter attached to Chris's HomePod from yesterday. Give me that. Alright, alright. Now, let's pull up our terminal. I'm feeling lazy today. I'm not gonna bother with getting my screen share working for just a one HomePod. If we had a bunch of them, then I'd yeah. Here we go. Let's give it a shot. Hit pwned. Hit reset. And we'll crack open one of these for good luck. Right over my MacBook. Yeah. Let's see what it's got for us. Oh? That is working. Beautiful. All right. What we're gonna do, that's gonna take some time. So I'm gonna try to put this down on the floor without disturbing this cable. Perfect. And we are going to do a little bit of multitasking here. The classic move here. Here we have Connor's HomePod. Of course, I grabbed the wrong power cable, so we'll use this one. No lights, no power for Connor. Chances are, even without looking at how much power it's drawing, I would wager a guess that we've got another dead diode in here. So let's get Connor's name up on the screen next to Eric's there. And let's dig in. Uh-oh. We have ran into an error. Let's just give it another go here. And, you know, while I'm thinking about it, I'm taking that other power cable back. Let's give it another chance here. Alright, fingers crossed. Oh. It just failed out right out again. We'll give it one more chance here. I'll put one more screw in there too. Oh, it's going. Okay, we'll see. Third time's the charm for Eric's pod there. Oh no. Same thing. It is terminating. Oh wait, nitrogen. Oh, I wonder if there's an amp issue. Because it keeps failing as soon as it gets to the amp firmware. We'll have to take a deeper look at that one after. I don't know. We're not going to talk about it yet until it happens. I don't know yet. Kurt, welcome back. So, Eric, looks like they just joined us. We have attempted restoring the software on yours a couple of times. No, this is not the protopod, and you won't see it here. Everybody needs to stop asking about it. Stop asking about it. I'll talk about it. It'll be the stream title if we talk about that. But for here and now, I got one, and that's as much as you guys can see and hear about it in the Discord server. Back to what we're working on here, though. Eric is with us here. We attempted a software restore a few times. It keeps failing trying to update the firmware on the amplifier, interestingly enough. Either that, or it's got some sort of other physical damage inside that's not allowing it to turn on all the way. So, unfortunately, yours, Eric, is going to need the hardware repair if you want to get it done. We'll need to take it apart and see why it keeps failing, replace why it's failing, or fix it, and we'll do that maintenance while we've got it apart, but that's all up to you. We don't have to touch anything. We can send it right back to you. If all you want is to just pay for shipping, and we're also happy to buy it off of you, so there's you're not paying anything out of your pocket for a broken HomePod. But I'll text you. I'll text you after the stream so you've got it all in writing and it makes more sense what your options are. Oh, here comes Mike with his offer. Looking good. Let's replace that dead diode. It is A46K, of course. Alright, so we've got new filters on there to keep the death farts away, since the old ones are ceramic caps. They all decay over time and lose their effectiveness. That leads to death farts and all sorts of bass issues in these things. We've also got the Schottky diode replaced with a brand new, bigger, better, higher quality one, so that won't fail again. We'll get this put back together with a new subwoofer gasket, and that should make it a happy HomePod. The announcement for the 19th. That's the new member of the family. I'll be kind of surprised if they put any any new HomePod out then. But then again, it would be kind of weird for them to call a new HomePod a new member of the family. Unless it's different enough. Which, if it's somewhere between a big HomePod and a mini HomePod but with an iPad on it, then Oh yeah, that's what I think too. I think that's all we're getting is the new iPhone SE without a home button. But also, still not sure, because why would they call a refresh of the iPhone a new member when they say a new member to the family? What are they talking about? Are they talking about Apple products as a whole family? Are they talking about a particular family of products? Which family of products are they talking about? Oh, you know what would give us a big hint on Eric's HomePod here? I said if it's a hardware issue that's causing it to unexpectedly restart all the time in the middle of the updates, it should still be blinking with it plugged into power. Okay, so it's and if it stays blinking like this, then chances are it's probably not an amp issue. Seems like still a hardware issue inside, but maybe not the amp. Maybe like just a CPU issue in general. I mean, we've seen plenty of the storage chips for these logic boards losing their solder. I'm sure there's an equal number of ones out there with problems on their CPU's solder as well. And there's way more smaller balls of solder holding the CPU to the board than there are for the storage chips. The pod with the screen, bro. If they give us a pod with a screen, I hope it's like bigger and better than the current HomePods. I hope it isn't a cut down HomePod with a screen glued to it. But you know, honestly, it would make sense for it to be what I'm not hoping for. 'Cause what I want is a bigger version of the HomePod. That sounds even better. And why would they, do that? Because you're going to want to buy a bunch of them and place them all over the house. You're probably not going to want to do that for something that also has a screen on it. For something that has a screen on it, you're probably only going to have one or two sitting around the house. So they're probably not going to put any serious audio in it. It'll be better than a mini, but it won't be better than a big full-size HomePod, I'm telling you. I wonder what this does now. Will it do the same thing? And there we go. We've got Connor powering up. And Eric here, poor Eric's pod, definitely seems to have some kind of hardware issue keeping us from restoring its software, so we'll let Eric know their options. We're happy to send it back for him for nothing more than shipping. We're happy to fix it for him for the usual hardware repair cost, and we're happy to buy it off them if they don't want to deal with it anymore. Alright, well then,
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info, check the Home app.
Number 366 would be up here then. All right. Ooh, excuse me. Here we go. Number 366 with no power. Why does it have no power? Who knows? We will find out and we will fix it. Well, let's see what our symptoms are. Yeah, sure enough, no lights, no power. Couple of watts from the wall. That all tells us that we've got the usual dead diode in there. Oh, Wonder Twins. I didn't realize you were Eric. I am so sorry. First of all, watch out for Mike in the chat there. Second of all, I am not too sure what is wrong with yours, but we would have to take it apart to find out. And if you want us to take it apart and find out, you'll have to pay for the repair, and we'll fix it. If we take it apart, we're gonna fix it. But I'll put it all in writing to you and give you how much each of your options would look like after our stream here. But yeah, chances are if you've got if this was part of not this, but if your pod over there was part of a stereo pair, I imagine you want to get it fixed and get it back. Because, stereo pair was like, I thought that one HomePod was next level, but then you stereo pair some together. It's like, I don't know if you've ever had an office job or a computer-based job where you went from having one monitor to two monitors. And yeah, two monitors isn't for everyone, but I think two HomePods is for more people than two monitors could ever be. And I don't know if you've ever... my first time hearing anything like it was when I was a kid. And funny that Avnish brought it up in the last stream, but my first surround sound system was a Logitech system. And I loved to hold the speakers like right next to both of my ears and get that like weird full like that weird effect where it's just coming right at you from both sides. Like headphones, but like all around you almost. I don't know. Kind of weird to describe, but once you hear a stereo pair, then you get it. You understand what I'm saying. Eric wants to fix it. He wants to save it. Well, then I suppose we will at least take it apart here after 366 here and determine what its problem is. See if we've got time to fix them all in one stream here. Don't trust Mike with PayPal. He charges you back. He only pays with goods and services, and then he charges you back after he gets what he wants. Did I booze this one up? I did, yeah. All right. Whoa. Here we go. Does the Gen 1 pod still get updates? For now, it does. Nobody knows yet if it'll get the next OS 19, but it's still getting updates for 18. Frankly, I'm hoping they stop updating it. The sooner they stop pushing updates to these things, the sooner I can stop worrying about updates breaking the way that we restore them. Not that there's anything wrong with a HomePod after it's been restored, it's as good as any other HomePod. But every time they update the software for HomePods, they remove the ability to restore with any older versions. So we're stuck with figuring out how to rebuild the custom firmware file that we have to build in order to attempt restoring these things every time they update them. So like I said, the sooner they stop updating these things, the sooner I can stop worrying. Are they more durable than the Gen 2? Hard to say. It seems like they're both about on par right now. Maybe. It's hard to say, and there's different reasons why they have. Like, they both have their reliability issues. But with the one with the reliability issues that we know of for the first gen, at least they're all repairable. You know, a couple of dollars in components and some soldering and you're done. A lot of the issues that I've been seeing with the second gens and the minis end up being no fixes. Huge shorts to the main CPU. Touch issues that require a new touch panel, and you can't buy replacement touch panels, and you can't fix the broken one because it's a piece of plastic and it's basically like the equivalent of you remember the touch issues on certain iPhones, and you had to replace the digitizer. There was no fixing that. You have to replace the whole digitizer. It's the same thing with these minis and second gen HomePods with touch issues. There's no fixing the touch panel. It needs a replacement. And there's no source for them. And then the most recent second gen we had in for no power ended up pulling 25 watts out of the wall. And I'm thinking it was 16 volts straight into the CPU where it shouldn't have gone. And we got it turning on, but it had no sound. And we confirmed with a known good logic board that it has a good amp. First gens, in my opinion, they seem to be, the issues that they do have seem to be more repairable. Also, I just like the way that the first gens sound more too. The only second gens I have are purely for parts to fix other people's that they send in. I only got first gens around the house. Well, we kind of have 5 to fix today, but one of them's that other HomePod that we mentioned not until hopefully it's ours. I'm hopeful, but also not holding my breath. But in any case, the person that sent that one in said not to stream it, which is why I think we're not gonna get it. And since they said don't stream it, I can't really do or show any work on it. But if they take us up on our offer, then I'll tear it down. I'll show you all. We'll see if it's any different on the inside. I kind of doubt it. It seems like it's probably too far in, and the only thing different with it is the software loaded on it. Francisco, what is up? Welcome. Hello and welcome, welcome. All right. Oh, I forgot to take a screw out of my dock.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info, check the home app. I'm having trouble connecting.
All right, that's looking good, sounding good. Real quick, we will take another look-see here at Eric's, since they are going for that repair. I want to see if we can't find out if that's a logic board issue or not, at least here and today. Okay, let's try just a different logic board in here. Their same display. This will tell us if their display, all of their cables, their power supply, their amp, if all of that is still good, and it's purely a logic board issue here. Actually, is that a good logic board? Shoot. I think we will find out. No? Good. Okay. So, whatever's up with this logic board, that's unfortunate. Is this the one that, no? Oh, you know. Okay, well, let me find one other I thought I had. Oh, here it is. This one turns on, makes sound without a problem. It just doesn't stay connected to my Wi-Fi. At the moment, I don't have any more logic boards for these Space Gray HomePods. I've got a few logic boards for the white model HomePods, and they work just fine in the Space Gray HomePods, but when you're setting it up with your phone and it shows you the color of HomePod, it it'll show the wrong color if we're not using the right logic board. Still works perfectly fine, but many people, and I'm sure Eric included, will probably prefer to wait a little extra longer for us to get a working Space Gray logic board for their HomePod. Let's just make sure here. They've got a few options. We can get this working again for them tomorrow with a logic board from a white HomePod, or we can. Now hold up. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, because we still don't have any sound. Thank you for mentioning that, Mike. Let's try the logic board from yours, because I don't know if mine's been acting up a little bit lately too. But let's try Mike's logic board. If it still doesn't produce sound, then I'll be convinced that we do in fact have an issue on the amp, and that is what's causing our inability to restore the software, because part of the software restore process isn't just reinstalling the OS, it's updating the firmware on the display, on the amplifier too. Look at that, no sound still. Interesting. I bet you then. But see, we need to restore the software on this one. Okay, there's a few things we need to do to get this one working. I think the logic board is still good then. I think. Okay, what should we do? Let's go ahead and let's see. We need to know if their logic board works. So what we'll do, since this needs to be restored over USB, we'll go ahead and put their logic board into another HomePod. And use this to restore it while we work on the amp issue that bricked it in the first place. if I am correct, then their logic board should take a USB restore inside of another HomePod. Well, you know, if I stuck it inside of a HomePod that actually turned on, that would probably help. Let's see, does this one turn on? Nope. Does this one turn on? Hey, okay. I was gonna say, if I can't find one, I swear I'll bring Mike's in here and use his. Let's get that, okay, we've got Pwn. Okay, so it's progressing. We'll see how far it gets. Yeah, it's going. It's going. Have we boozed, oh, here, let's put the name. Their name up there. And fingers crossed. You know, that'd be great. Even though it ended up being a hardware repair that was needed, I am much happier with it. The logic board being fine and having to replace the amp. The amps are agnostic. They don't care what HomePod they go in, and they don't have a color they identify as, unlike the logic boards. The logic boards identify as a color, but they don't care if you stick them, if you swap them around still. So, if Eric was particular and it needed a replacement logic board, then it may have taken longer. For some reason, I think, I guess just the space grays are more popular, and so we get more of them in that need stuff. Let's see, is it getting past? Oh no. It seems to have started to time out at 6%. Just kind of a strange spot for it to die at. Alright, I can't talk right now. I'm gonna try it one more time. This is gonna be weird if there's multiple issues going on here. Yeah, at the very least, like Mike said, none of the parts inside of first gen or second gen HomePods for that matter, any of the HomePods, none of them are serial locked at a board component level, right? Power supply, amp, logic board, display, you can move them all around. They only care when you start taking the logic board itself and trying to take the CPU or the storage chip or the Wi-Fi chip and moving those between boards. Then they don't work anymore. Come on, get past that 6%. I believe in you. Alright. It's still not restoring. So we've got two issues here going on at the same time. I'm gonna let it keep going just in case, but for now we're gonna put Eric's on pause since it's looking like it's gonna need both a new logic board and an amp. And I don't mind doing it, but it might take a little more time than we have allotted for today's stream. So we'll put his stuff to the side, and let's get today wrapped up with Johnny here at least. Let's go ahead and let Johnny know that they're up here. Let's see, number 361. Yeah, if it looks like Eric's isn't restoring here, I'm gonna have to hook up my UART, my little UART wires here, and see what its problem is. What is it complaining about? Can I fix it? Or do I have to replace that logic board? And then we will have forward movement on Eric's HomePod. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm gonna let it continue to try to restore there. Wow. We work on Johnny's. I do not want that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So with that, let's get Johnny, no power. No lights, no nothing, a couple of watts from the wall. That's what I expect to see for a dead diode in there. Let's get it fixed. Still timing out on Eric's. We'll just wait. I can literally leave it up all night if I want to, but I think after about an hour I'll give up on it and hook up UART and see what hardware has failed. Mike, if only you were as easy as a dead diode to fix. We could give it our best shot. All of my Windows PCs around my house have been like restarting themselves every few hours since Tuesday, trying to install updates and then failing and uninstalling the failed updates and then trying again over and over. We are living for it. Just got a notification on my streaming desktop here that it's ready for updates, and I doubt that. Alright, first up, some new filters to keep the farts away. What did this do? Interesting. Unable to receive data from ASR. Unable to send file system. I have not seen this error before. Eric has got an interesting issue with their logic board, and I'm not sure yet what the problem is. I feel like, I don't know. What would cause both the amp to no longer produce sound and the logic board to break itself? Well, okay. If they had like attempted to reset it, hold on. Yeah, I'm not sure. If they had like tried to reset it and it had an amp issue and it bricked itself trying to update the amp, that would make sense if we could restore the logic board in a different HomePod, but we can't. But also the amp also doesn't make any sound with the known good logic board. Where does this one go? There it is.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. I'm having trouble connect.
Alright. Folks, that is all I've got the time for
I'm
here,
having trouble connecting to the.
here and now. I hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair, and I hope to catch you in the next one.